YouTube, welcome back to Icing the Puck with myself and Zane. Or before we get into it, I should say, as always, if you like the content, give us a like and subscribe for more. But Zane, how are you today, brother?
Doing great. Doing great. Just got off. This will probably give away when we recorded this, but just finished the Red Sox Yankees playoff game.
Yep,
Just ended.
absolutely. And okay to give it away because we're going to talk about some pertinent information, the hotness of today. We will talk a little bit about dollar bill KIRILL for real.
Yep.
Very apt nickname as of today. So we're going to talk about Kirill Kaprizov's contract extension, which did come out today, was announced today, the 30th of September. But after that, we're going to take a look at the Sharks' newest jersey that they announced just after we recorded our last episode. We're going to follow up on that topic. And then we're going to go over a briefing of the Calder race heading into next season and finish with some bold predictions as we head into the season as well. About a week away as of time of recording. So let's get into it. Zane, Kirill Kaprizov makes NHL history today as the richest man in hockey of all time, as I'm going to call him. But 17 million AAV for the next 8 seasons, $136 million contract. What is your initial reaction?
Yeah, I mean, it's the great because of the cap. We're gonna see a lot more of these types. I mean, especially with some of these players coming down the line, we're gonna see the most of all time come up a lot. I feel like in the next little while, especially what's his face? The unicorn up in Edmonton's gonna get paid at some point again. So I
Yes.
mean,
Connor McDavid, for the folks at home, is the unicorn in
yeah,
Edmonton.
yeah, like that guy, he's gonna get paid. So no, this
Maybe you've
isn't
heard of him.
this is probably the first domino to fall, though. This is great. I think there was a lot of. It seemed like I don't know. I wasn't really in tune with the media in Minnesota or anything like that, but it seemed like his departure was all but like it seemed like obviously they wanted to keep him, but it seemed more likely I would have taken probably a bet on him leaving.
Hmm.
I'm kind of surprised by this because I hadn't heard that like anything was happening between to be
Yeah.
honest with you, at least recently. I don't know. I could be wrong there, but I was
No.
surprised. But no, it's exactly what you would pay for this kind of talent. I mean, what else? What more can you say about it?
Yeah, that's all apt, honestly. And I will say, obviously, I'm not in Minnesota, so I can't say what their media was like actually there, but I've been keeping up with it pretty closely. Obviously, one of the things that's been kind of like percolating around Kirill Kaprizov's contract extension is the idea of him signing with the Blackhawks. So that's definitely something that I was hoping was going to happen. But there's been there's been news that's just kind of been trickling out about it. Like you might remember, we heard a few weeks ago it was leaked that he had turned down $20 million per year. Um,
Yeah, which
yeah, now we see this, and I'm like, I don't really think that
nah.
happened. I think that might have been made up. Um, but yeah, so we
Yeah.
had that news leak out, and then Bill Guerin met with the media, told people not to panic, and it was turned into this media circus where I think just people who frankly know nothing are, far removed from the situation are just, inserting opinions and talking about how he
Hmm.
doesn't see a path to victory with the Wild or he wants more money than
Yeah.
20 million a year. And it's like, obviously, again, none of that's true. So anyway, definitely a media circus going on, which was definitely also
Yeah.
causing people to kind of write the obituary of his time with the Wild, if you will. But in all honesty, like it always kind of, to me at least, felt like, Stamkos with the Lightning several years ago, not this most recent
Yeah.
time, or I don't know, like frankly, this McDavid with the Oilers thing right now as well. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna stay. Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna end up
They're
being newsworthy.
legends. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just like this past entirety of this past free agent class. Everybody's talking about these guys who are going to be heading to new teams, and then I think only Mitch Marner did, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just
Not a
stupid.
ton of them did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, and
for me
that's the
personally,
nature
that's how I
of
felt.
like it feels like the trend of the NHL, right? Like it's
Yeah.
kind of the complete opposite of the NBA. Like no, everybody's like, I'd rather stay in one place. I mean, you do have like the older players, but rentals will always exist.
Hmm.
But it does seem like people in their primes normally staying where they started, unless
Yep.
something crazy has happened, like a trade in Matthew Kachuk's case.
Yes. Yeah. But so yeah, I disappointed personally when I saw it because I was clinging on to hope, hopium, if you will, that he would walk, and certainly wanted him to end up as a Blackhawk, but also never really actually expected that to happen. So so yeah, not exactly surprised. Um, and yeah, as far as the dollar amount goes, like I was talking to somebody earlier about this, and it's like there's a few thoughts that go into it as like when we're measuring if this is like a good deal, right? Like first and foremost, Kaprizov, like relative to the league, definitely one of the most skilled or talented players, however you want to say that, deserves to be one of the highest paid players in the NHL.
Yes.
Cap's going up, like you were saying, so like this in 3 years isn't gonna seem like a big deal in all likelihood.
No.
Um, but at the same time, as you also alluded to, McDavid yet to sign. And McDavid should be the highest paid player in the NHL,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
interesting to see like how that's going to affect things. But yeah, like I said, just kind of depends on the context that you're looking at it from. But I don't think the Wild will end up regretting this, honestly, especially after the
No.
terrible situation they've been in financially for the last like decade,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, yeah. Now that Parise and Suter are off the books, they're like, all right, we'll throw money at you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So
Please
yeah, I
make
think it's a
that
win.
go away.
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
win for the Wild, and I think Kaprizov.
I think rarely do you see these kind of contracts work out very poorly. Rare, I think rarely do you see these superstar like turn out super poorly. I think, and I
Yeah,
like especially when you stay on the same team like this, like somebody of that caliber, right? Like you just don't see that not panning out, even if it doesn't, exceed expectations. A lot of the time, by the end of the contract, it's a steal. They're always like, oh yeah, whatever.
yeah, I think that's fair. I think like there are some instances that come to mind of like contracts that like hampered the team from winning. You know what I mean? Like Taves
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Kane with the Blackhawks after like at the end of their dynasty. That comes to
yes,
mind,
yeah.
obviously.
But
Um,
like, yeah, yeah. In that time frame, though, you won 30, a bunch of cups. So like, yes, I hear that too. But like in terms of like the contracts, it's a success, right?
Well, I would argue no, honestly, just because like the
Okay.
the year that their extensions kicked in is exactly when the Blackhawks fell off. So like,
And that's more of a
yes,
timing. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. But at the same time, like Stan Bowman was handing out contracts to everyone that like had anything going on in the organization. So there's more to that story. But
yeah,
anyway, another one that comes to mind on the other side of that coin is Jack Eichel, who I think is making 10 some odd million right now.
yeah.
Um, and I think for a long time we had this conversation of like anyone making an eight-figure contract, just like you couldn't win with them. Um,
Yeah.
but obviously that's not the case. We're seeing that now, and with the cap going up, that whole argument is pretty
Yeah, it's gonna be nonsense. And like,
yeah,
I mean, the same thing with like I would say Bobrovsky, right? The first so they signed that 10-year, however long, like
yeah, yeah,
that crazy contract. The first couple of years, it did not. It was everybody was like, "Whoa, this is an albatross." Maybe it was
yeah.
like the first year or two, and then all of a sudden they've got two cups. The contract doesn't look silly now.
Yeah, not really,
Um,
especially like the way Bobrovsky, like how important he's been to them. So yeah, I'm with that.
yes, yeah,
But yeah,
exactly. So
so yeah,
time will tell.
indeed,
But
indeed, Toronto
I
fans
don't
in
see this not.
shambles, though.
Yeah, I don't see this not working out for them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like that's an exception to the rule, and there
yeah,
is a lot of variables there that I
yeah,
think don't really come in the normal situation.
yeah. They're a unique beast, Toronto. But
Yeah.
anyway, I think that puts a bow on Kaprizov. Go off, dollar bill Kirill. Well deserved, honestly. Next,
Yes.
though, like I said, let's take a look at these Sharks jerseys real quick. Um,
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Actually, do you have them up on your end, Zane? I can. Here, let me just do this for you. That way you can see them on my end. So, let me know what you think. I know you're very familiar with them anyway, but
Yes, yeah. This is exactly when I started watching the Sharks. These jerseys, the like nameplate on it, but
yep.
um, It was the jersey. It was like a kid size. I wore it all the time. I wore it when I played goalie, um, when I was playing pond hockey. So these are just like this is nostalgia. This and it looks great. It's not a black jersey. That's like that's it. I think that kicks more than the nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
But no, it's beautiful. I love it. I love the old logo too, the straight black shark with it doesn't have
Yeah.
any of the orange on it. I love that logo. I love it all. I mean, and it's gonna be hard for me not to buy one. I probably will end up buying one at some point. But
I feel that.
yeah,
Yeah.
they did it. I mean, I'm a little insulted that they're only wearing it 4 times. And to be fair, I thought it would have been smart for them to play like classic rivals, and they didn't do that. Because I saw the Kings and I was like, "Oh, are they all rivals?" They're not. I think it would have been sick if it was like the Kings, Red Wings. It was Kings, Red Wings, Canucks, and Red Wings. That's a Red Wings twin. Blues, Red Wings, Canucks, Kings.
There you go.
There's the teams. Yeah. They do play the Kings in those, and that game will be sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. For what it's worth, I don't really have much to add. It's not exactly nostalgic to me. Started watching hockey much later, obviously, but well, obvious to you, people at home. That's probably not obvious to you,
I
but
have
anyway.
no idea.
Yeah. But they do look great, honestly.
Yes.
Big win. I'm with you too. Like, would have been so boring if it was just another stealth jersey, as it were. And I really like the little
Yeah.
sharks for life inside the collar. That's cute.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. So.
Well, there's no cups to put on a lining or anything like that, so you gotta put something, right?
Pretty true, dog. Pretty true.
I guess we
Uh,
could have put President's Trophy Cup.
you could have, could have Western Conference
Oh boy.
champions like the
In
like
2016.
yeah. Uh,
Oh
anyway.
shit.
All right. Yes, beautiful jerseys by the Sharks. Beautiful jerseys.
Mhm.
But I think with that said, I think that'll move us along as we start. Um, we start with our Calder preview, our Calder primer, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, so I pulled up, let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, random number. But eight guys that I think are going to be at the front of the Calder race. Some of them might be a little bit surprising, but I think there's a pretty solid argument for all of these guys. So I'll start with the most obvious here, and probably surprising literally no one. We're gonna start with Ivan Demidov of the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh, of course. The next Wayne
Yes.
Gretzky, if you talk to Habs fans.
Yes, dude, absolutely.
I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
But
I love you guys.
yeah, Lane Hudson's the next Bobby Orr too. Don't forget that. But so Ivan Demidov, I think the case for Demidov here, as it relates to the Calder, I guess first and foremost, I'd be remiss not to shout he's extremely talented.
Oh,
Uh,
so good.
yeah, like so much fun to watch and game breaking skills. I think is his hands, his vision of the ice, like just gross. Obviously, right? If you've seen him play, that's obvious. On top of that, though, this also is well documented, but lots of success in the KHL, well, lots of success in Russia, I should say. MHL record-setting season, I believe, beat out prospects such as Michkov, and I want to say Kaprizov. He also outscored in his draft year, 60 points in 30 games there. But after that, in his draft plus one season, 65 games played, 49 points, which also set records for a draft plus one. So worth mentioning. Lots of pedigree here with Demidov, right?
Yeah.
But as we head into the season, it's more important, especially when we're talking about the Calder, to really think about where they're playing, right? What opportunities are being given, and that's why some other guys that might be usual suspects I did not include here, but I'll get to that at the end. But anyway, so Ivan Demidov has a top six spot locked up with Montreal. Last I
Yes.
had seen, I don't believe that he has yet been added to the first power play lines for Montreal. I think that is just a matter of time until he is on the top power play. Power play. But like I said, as of yet, I don't think that they have put him on the top power play in preseason. So something to keep in mind. Again, just talking about opportunities given. But again, I think it's just a matter of time. So the case here is strong. I think it's very reasonable to expect like a 65 plus point season out of Demidov because of the opportunity. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like, I don't know, man. It's weird to say that because Connor Bedard and Macklin Celebrini getting those numbers as rookies is already kind of like unheard of, or not unheard of, but like surprising.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. Like I said, it feels a little bit weird to say like that's an expectation for Demidov because it's not exactly easy to do. But between the skill and the opportunity, I just think
And
like we are
uh,
expecting it. Go ahead.
to be fair, too, like he, unlike Celebrini or Bedard, he got NHL time. Like
Sure.
he's a rookie this year, but he has already gotten NHL. He's played in practices. He's gotten all that. Like he's gotten a lot more than I would say Bedard or you know what I'm saying. Like
Sure.
these
Yeah.
rookies that sometimes come in. But no, I not to say that to take away anything. I'm just saying like he's that should be built for him to have a really good rookie year. He's already
Hmm.
practiced. He's been with the coach. He knows the system. I just think that makes it infinitely better for his situation. He's coming to a team that is already like he's not coming to a team that's like bottoming out. They're on the rise. So
Yeah.
um, that's also really good for him. They have another talent late. Like there's just I think there's a lot of good around it too. Like the Montreal Canadiens might come up. I really like this idea. I think he's going to be I think finished as a finalist for this award for sure.
Yes. Yeah, I also think that he will finish as a finalist, almost certainly. I genuinely though, I think that this is one of the more exciting rookie classes in recent memory. I think we said that last year too, but like I would
Yeah,
argue that this one's more competitive for who's going to win the Calder here. But I will say, just like double-edged
yeah,
sword on like the position that the Canadians are in, I think, because there's also expectations there now that they made the playoffs last year. And
yeah.
I can't help but worry, I guess. Can't help but worry that like he might get pushed down the lineup at times if he is struggling. And it's normal for rookies to struggle, obviously. Um, but with
Yeah, leash is
expectations in
just a bit
Montreal,
shorter because
yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, with expectations, I can't help but again just worry that there will be pressure to win, and he might, suffer because of that. But at the same time, Marty St. Louis has been one of the best coaches for young guys, so kind of hard to like say that that's going to happen. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, that's
yeah,
Demidov. I'm with you. I think it's you can definitely pencil him into the top three for the Calder heading into this season. Um, so
yeah.
yeah, that said, I think another person that we can pretty safely pencil in as a finalist is Jimmy Snipes, Jimmy Snuggerud with the St. Louis
Sometimes.
Blues. Um, I don't know why this is, but I really don't see a whole lot of media talking about Jimmy Snuggerud very much. He was playing top 6 minutes at the end of last year. You see 4 points in seven
Yep.
games with the Blues there. Played in the playoffs for them. I don't know why Hockey DB. Never mind, it's literally right there. 4 points in 7 games in the playoffs as well. So 8 points across 14 games.
Yeah.
Jimmy Snipes had already top line minutes, already top power play slotted in. I think genuinely in the best position to win the Calder
Yeah, a team
Trophy.
that desperately needs stuff like Jimmy Snipes, that he's in a perfect position to like take a sneaky run at this thing.
Yeah, I like genuinely though. Like it is sneaky. This isn't a knock to you because again, we're not. Nobody seems to really be like
Yeah,
giving
nobody's
him
talking about.
the credit that he deserves in this conversation. But I think he should be like a lock in there too. Like he's older than some of these guys, older than Demidov at least, right? Went the
Yep.
NCAA route, which I personally am of the belief that that best prepares you to step into the NHL. And again, he's just like he's in a perfect position to succeed with guys who like are going to help him succeed. Like I know we caught a lot of flack talking,
Playmakers.
yeah, we
Yeah.
caught a lot of flack talking about Robert Thomas. And there's some things there that I stand by, but like Robert Thomas is a hell of a playmaker, and Jimmy Snipes is going to be right there to tuck him. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I think me personally, I think Jimmy Snuggerud might be my favorite to win the Calder, but well, that's not true. But I'll get to that one in a minute. But anything else you want to say about Jimmy Snuggerud and or the Blues, Zane?
No, I think Jimmy Snipes is a great. It's like a top tier nickname. I think that's if you're talking about nickname Calder rankings, he's number one there for
He is
sure.
already. That's
I
so
don't see
funny.
anybody else having. Yeah, I don't see anybody else taking that crown from him. So
Yeah,
he's my name Calder for sure.
yeah, I'm with that. 10 out of 10 nickname, absolutely. All right. That said, I just hinted at this, so let me get to my favorite for the Calder Trophy. Um, I'm saying this slightly tongue in cheek, but he is definitely like again talking about position to succeed, especially among defensemen. Sam Rinzel of the Chicago Blackhawks is in one of the better positions to succeed. Um, we
Yeah.
see here again 5 points in 9 games last year with the Blackhawks. Moreover, 32 points in 40 games with the University of Minnesota in his last season with them in the NCAA.
The Gophers.
The Golden
Yep, we
Gophers,
love
indeed.
that.
But so yeah, Sammy Rinzel, going to be deployed with top pairing minutes at 5-on-5,
Yeah.
and already slotted into the top power play quarterback as well. Underrated part of this is the Blackhawks last year had a top 7 power play in the league, which makes 0 sense, but it is true.
Who would have thought? Who would
Yep.
have thought?
Yep. So yeah, that one is really a head scratcher, but again, it's true. So we'll see if that continues. Obviously, there's a new system in Chicago, new coach. So there will be
Yeah.
some differences there, but again, position to succeed. He's in one of the better positions to succeed. So homer pick, but there's some objectivity at play
There's
here.
validity
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
yeah,
You know,
I'm
I
hoping for
gave
him to win. Obviously.
I gave Jimmy Snipes the all name Calder. I think I'll give Renzel the all hair, all lettuce Calder here. That is great. Yeah, if I'm giving out secondary awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure the hair. No, I agree with you. Like first of all, Seth Jones I think was kind of taking up a lot of space on
Yeah.
that just time. They were paying him. They had this. However you feel about that. Sam Renzel now that's like I feel like it was an addition by subtraction, right? Like you are
Yes.
now able to have this spot where people can play more. Sam Renzel had his chance to shine, and I would say like 5 points in 9 games for defense on the Blackhawks for a team that,
As a
like you were saying,
defenseman,
they're
yeah.
apparently the power play really good, but they didn't score. They weren't they weren't blowing the doors off. So I don't know,
Yep.
5 points in 9 games for defensemen for the Blackhawks. I like it.
Yep. Yep. And a +1 is also kind of insane. If we're being honest, that's a ridiculous thing
For the
to say.
Blackhawks,
But
as
it really,
sneaky.
exactly, yeah, like that's kind of nuts.
I'm not a respecter of that stat either, but like on that team for
Yeah.
9 games and you end up +1. All right,
Yeah, dude. Connor
okay.
Bedard's out here with like -40 a season or something crazy. But yeah, so I think genuinely like 2 years ago, Brock Faber and Connor Bedard were like neck and neck for the Calder. I
Yeah.
personally I see Sam Rinzel playing this ad. I
Yeah.
see. I can see Sam Rinzel playing the Brock Faber to, Jimmy Snipes and or Demidov's Bedard, if you will. So, um, yeah. So, yeah, Sam Rinzel, definitely a favorite too, but pretty closely behind him. We've got the Minnesota boy, not Brock Faber, but the guy playing in Minnesota, I should say, Zeev Booyam, drafted in
Yes.
2024. Been playing at the University of Denver for the last 2 seasons under David Carl. They have had no end of success. I mean, Zeev Booyam in particular has had no end of success. Genuinely, all
Yeah.
this dude does is win. I think, let me scroll down here. They don't actually show the championships, but back-to-back World Junior Gold with Team USA, I think. Won a natty with University of Denver in not last season, but the his draft year.
It's before. Yeah.
So dude's just crazy, obviously.
Yes.
And again, as far as opportunity given, not clear to me, and I might have just missed it yet, or at this point. I don't know that he's going to be given top pairing deployment at 5-on-5, but I do know that he's slated into the top power play with Minnesota. And that we were just talking about Kirill Kaprizov, game breaker, especially when they're on the man advantage. You got Matt Boldy in there too, and Marco Rossi. I think we're going to see an offensive explosion out of Minnesota this year, and I think Zeev Buium is going to be definitely part of that. So, again, me personally, the 5-on-5 deployment edges out, gives Sam Renzel the edge here. But what do you think, Zane? I know you were a big fan of Zeev Buium in the 2024 draft.
Yeah, I mean, Z name solidarity. But also, yeah, I love. Listen, I love his game. I genuinely think he is, like you were saying, he's just. I think he's a perfect combo for Minnesota. Like he's that. They've had a lot of defensemen, I think, over the last couple of years that like Dumba, these people that like had really high ceilings, and necessarily didn't like Dumba was still good. I'm not gonna say Dumba's bad, but like never
Sure.
really reached, I think, the ceiling that a lot of people were expecting him to. You got Brock Faber now doing a great job, but I think yeah, he comes in. I'm a big fan of Zebuyam. I think he's gonna get. I think he's gonna on that first power play unit. He's gonna rack it up. He's gonna rack it up. There's no doubt about it. I
Yeah.
did want a little aside.
Yeah.
We were talking about, we talking about Carl trying to go to the Blackhawks or wanting Carl to go to the Blackhawks, and then Kaprizov. Man, this like preseason Blackhawks would have been lit. Oh my God. Anyways,
Yeah, dude.
but yeah,
Tough off
Zebuyam.
seasons for the Blackhawks the last 2 years, honestly.
I kind of was laughing about that, but yeah, I love Boom. I think he's gonna play great. I
Yeah.
don't think he's gonna win the Calder. I think he's just
Yeah.
gonna have a great season. I don't think
Yeah.
he's gonna have like a head spinning season, especially like you said, not being on that top pair. Maybe he gets moved up, but
Yeah, he might.
he'll great season. Great season.
Yep.
I don't have a secondary Calder for him. Kind of looks like a Disney Channel villain.
He
That's
does kind
about
of,
what I
honestly.
got.
That's a pretty good shout. Pretty good shout.
Like in a like a bully like one of the bullies in like a sports Disney movie, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Like he's challenging Brink to a roller blading
Yeah,
matchup or something.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That kid's name isn't Brink. I don't remember what his actual name is, but anyway, the movie is Brink. Folks at home, real quick, gonna throw myself under the bus. The screen region pretty scuffed for the last two or last three profiles we looked at here, so my apologies. But
It's fixed.
anywho, it's fixed now. We keep it moving. Our next player here, with regard to Calder
Oof.
favorites, we've got Alexander Nikishin. Nikishin, I'm not positive on the pronunciation. Um, Older though, 23 years old,
Yeah.
heading into his rookie season, been one of the best defensemen in the KHL for the last like 3 seasons. We see it right here. 46 points last year, 56 and 55 in the 2 years prior to that.
Dang.
I said this in one of our last videos, but I know he led the KHL in scoring among defensemen for one or two of these last 3 seasons that he's had. Definitely one, but I can't remember if it's two. But either way, really good, really good. Sound defensively, is going to he's going to flourish
The
long
best
term.
place.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Carolina, exactly what I was gonna say. He's definitely in the best place to succeed as a defenseman. But the main drawback with regard to the Calder Trophy here, honestly, not getting top power play time. Shane Gostisbehere has that on lock in Carolina, and whether you agree with it or not, NHL awards definitely lean heavily on offensive production. So I think there's a really good
Yes.
chance, a really good argument at least, that Nikishin will end up as the best rookie player as like his whole game is concerned. Um, but just with regard to the Calder, unless he's getting that power play time, I think it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yes.
So yeah,
He's gonna have to
excited about the
pop
game.
off so much to get put onto that top unit. And
Yeah,
at that point, yeah.
yeah,
But yeah,
exactly.
no, I don't know a whole lot about Nikishin. or like you said, I don't really know. I don't even know
Yeah,
how to pronounce it.
Nikishin, I'm not sure, but
But he's going to a place that like he's going to thrive. Carolina is so good for defensemen.
yep,
It's a great place for them to be. Um, he did play some playoff minutes with them yesterday, so again, been in the systems,
yeah,
been in the stuff, which is always that's like it takes that is like I kind of think like Will Smith had a similar like he kind of popped off in the second half of the season. I think finally
yep,
everything kind of clicked for him.
yep,
Like that makes it easier for the click to happen, being able to practice and stuff. So I like it. I think he's gonna. I don't. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely a long. This is a long shot. This would be like your long odds
yeah,
um, to win the Calder, even be a finalist. But yeah,
yeah,
I'm with you.
yep. Yeah, same page entirely. So, good luck to Nikishin for sure. I'm gonna be very excited to see how he does. And I can't remember if I said this directly or not. I don't know if he's getting top pairing deployment at 5-on-5. I kind of expect him to, just because it makes sense. But we'll see. We will see. Next one we have here, the Iceman. What a picture that they got on Hockey DB for Isaac Ike Howard. I think
Oh,
a lot has been said about Isaac Howard this off season, so I don't think I need to belabor the point too much. But Hobie Baker winner last year is the best player in the NCAA. Heading to the Edmonton Oilers, where last I heard he is all but guaranteed top 6 minutes, likely playing with Leon Draisaitl. I don't know if that's going to maintain, honestly, but if it
yeah,
does, you got to think of him with regard to the Calder, right? Like if you're getting any time with Leon
yeah. He's
Draisaitl or
juiced,
McDavid,
juice
exactly.
in numbers.
He's
Yeah,
hacking. He's hacking. So,
yeah.
so yeah, again, I don't have too much to say about Isaac Howard other than
No,
disappointed the Blackhawks didn't get him, but whatever. I'll get over it. Um, but yeah, anything that you want to say about the Iceman, Ike Howard?
no. No, I mean it's crazy.
Yeah,
I just think him being able to play with Leon Draisaitl is if that's how it ends up being or how like that's crazy.
yeah,
Like you were saying, that's a big juice to the numbers.
yeah,
You can't help but think that would like put him as a finalist, even if he isn't like you were
yeah.
talking
You could
about
ship it the
Nikishin,
whole
isn't
season.
the best player or overall rounded. If he gets 80 points, who gives a crap about the rest of that?
Yep.
Stuff. So no, I'm with you here. It's a wait and see because honestly,
Yeah,
it doesn't always translate from the
it's true.
NCAA. Just like it was with any prospect, but like I feel like in these cases, especially with these players that like jump and are
Yeah.
traded away, like Tampa Bay saw something that they didn't or like didn't think. I mean, I don't know. Like I just it was a weird trade when it happened.
Oh, yeah. Well, for what it's worth, he kind of forced his way out of Tampa a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a very fair representation of what happened, but essentially he felt he was ready to play in the NHL. Tampa said, "We don't really have an NHL spot for you. Sorry, get good." And he said, "Well, let me get good somewhere else." That's essentially how it happened. Um, so yeah, I'm super excited to see what Isaac Howard or Ike Howard, as he
yeah.
wants to be called. I'm very excited to see what he does in the NHL. But yeah, I'll move on to the next one here. The next two, I would say, are dark horses in the Calder race, but one of them I think has a really good underrated shot at it, and the other one I think just deserves to be mentioned. I think has earned the right to be mentioned heading into the season here. So we'll talk about that one first, and that is Maxim Max Shabanov, 24 years old, heading into his rookie season, has been pretty solid in the KHL. Signed with the New York Islanders this offseason, and was there was a whole lot of conversation and excitement seeing where he was going to sign. Philadelphia fans in particular, it looked like he was going to sign with Philly. I think there were even announcements that he had signed in Philly. Come to find out, it just didn't happen. And he ended up with the Islanders. But I think definitely a long shot for the Calder. I just think he deserves to be mentioned. Um, but you and I, Zane, we have said this many a time, but offense goes to the island to die, right? Just like it does in Nashville. And moreover,
Hmm.
this is 2 years in a row now that that the Islanders are signing a Russian forward, and there's like this idea of like, oh, maybe this is like going to be a big difference maker for them. Maybe this guy's offense is going to translate really well for them. Max Siplikov was the one last year that I'm referring to for what it's worth. And Max Siplikov didn't translate super well. Doesn't play the same game as Shabanov. Shabanov's a much more like flashy player, to be fair. But just seeing it not go very well with Siplikov on the island last year, I can't help but feel like this is also an uphill battle for Shabanov.
Yeah, it's not like a system I trust a
Yeah,
whole lot.
yeah,
It just isn't. And I guess there's probably some more distinct or maybe nicer points I can make about it because I
hmm
don't know the inner workings of their system. But when was the last like homegrown player that's come up? I mean, you got Barzal. Um,
yeah. But Barzal's kind of like the case that makes me worried. But sorry, keep going. I don't mean to
yes,
cut you off.
yeah, like somebody who wins the Calder and then kind of stays
Hasn't
the
reached
same.
that level since.
Yeah, 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 100%. So I fear for Max team a little bit in that
Yeah,
scenario, but we'll see. Maybe he's the one that changes that. Maybe he's the one.
bucks the
You
trend.
never know.
Yep.
Bucks the trend.
Yep, absolutely. I won't spend too much more time on Max Shabanov here. Like I said, I think that's an uphill battle, but deserves to be in the conversation. Should be on your radar if you're watching this video for sure. And the last player, the longest shot in a way, but I think also like it might be in the best position to succeed, low key. Um, Arseny Gritsuk of the New Jersey Devils. Not a name that's being talked about very much at all. Also, an older rookie heading into his rookie season in the NHL. But reports so far are that he has been absolutely destroying with the Devils. He's being deployed with Jack Hughes, which is also kind of hacking, similar to Draisaitl. Not the same, but
Juicing.
similar. And has a little bit more pedigree than like some of these other guys. And that's no offense to Isaac Howard or anyone else for that matter,
Yeah.
but like the level of competition in the KHL is like we don't really debate it. It's the second best league in the world, right? Like, and I know that
Yeah.
applies to a few of these guys, but yeah, this is a skilled guy, talented, flashy kind of a player. And again, he's being deployed with Jack Hughes, and so far it looks like he's just gross with the Devils. So I can't help but feel like this could be an Artemi Panarin situation. And people have said that a few times. Shout out Nikita Gusev. I was just talking about him on Twitter the other day. Um,
Um.
and no one has been Artemi Panarin since. But
No.
well, Kaprizov kind of was, I guess, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just
Yeah.
again opportunity to succeed. I feel like Gritsuk is in a really good one, and I don't think that it's being talked about very much at all. So this is my dark horse for the Calder, admittedly, but I could see it going really well. So wanted to throw him in here.
Yeah. I listen. I'm a big like. I've been a Jesper Bratt fan for a long time. I
Hmm
like the Devils. The Devils play a fun game.
Yep,
Um. I don't know much about Arseny either, to be honest with you. Gritsuk.
like Datsuk, but
Um,
grits, you know.
yeah, that's fair, and maybe that's what he is, and maybe that's
Exactly.
what he brings to the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah.
He's the new Magic Man. But no, I think the Devils, and if you're playing again, like you were saying, if you're playing with Jack Hughes, that's just and you're performing, you're gonna get boosted. You're just gonna like you're not to say that one's not talented, the other, but like you're just going to get more chances to score, and if you're good, you're gonna finish those chances.
Yep.
Um, Even if you're not good, I mean, Jonathan Chichu had how many goals? That one year.
Valid.
So no, I hope all goes well. It would be cool, and I don't know when the last time this happened. It would be really cool for a sneaky Calder Trophy winner that like nobody
hmm
expects. Like not a first round draft pick, not any of that, not a And I know again we're talking like this hasn't happened recently. Panarin,
Yeah, Kaprizov after that
Kaprizov.
too. Yeah, but
Yeah, so but it would just be cool for
yep.
somebody like this who's like in a very heavy competitive. Like I don't think Kaprizov's or a Panarin's Calder race will be as competitive as this race.
Yeah, well, yes, I agree. I was gonna say, to be fair, Panarin was McDavid's class, but McDavid got injured, so it really doesn't bear mentioning.
Yeah, his collarbone is shattered,
Yeah,
right?
I
That was
will
when he got.
say, just a little synchronicity, if you will. 2019 draft. That is also the Jack Hughes draft. So that's pretty neat. That would be pretty
Oh,
cool to see success there. But there we
he
go.
looks like
There's
he'd be in
our
Stranger Things. Sorry.
a little bit. I could see it, honestly. But there's our Calder Trophy primer as we head into the season. So, um, just a quick recap in the order that I probably see them finishing: Ivan Demidov, Jimmy Snuggerud, Sam Rinzel, Zeev Buyam, Alex Nikishin, Isaac Howard, Max Shabanov, Arseny Gritsuk. If there is anyone that you feel I forgot and or should just be mentioned, like we've been saying, this is a crazy rookie class. I think that there are several more names that I could have added here. So let us know in the comments, man. Let us know if there's anybody from your team, because a lot of rookies on a lot of teams this year, honestly, that you think should have been on the list. But all that said, Zane, I think it's time for some bold predictions.
I was gonna say, do you want to quick hit some of the favorite, some of like the favorites for the Calder? Like, I mean, just like briefly, like Yaroslav. Um, that's not his
Askarov?
name. Yeah, sorry. Yaroslav Askarov.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah,
I
he
guess
should be on here too, if I'm being honest. I
to be honest, I think it's going to be an uphill battle for a goalie to win in this class.
yep,
He's going to have to get a shutout every night in order to make that happen.
yep.
Um, but I think he's someone to look out for too.
I totally agree with you. I think in one of our videos I said that I can genuinely see him even winning the Calder. I think I have a lot of faith
Yeah.
in Askarov, but I do think you're right as well. Like realistically, uphill battle. Similarly though, Michael Misa, who I didn't talk about here, looks like he's going to make the Sharks out of camp. Yeah,
Yes. Finally
definitely.
signing that contract. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep. Definitely someone to keep in mind. Going to be very fun to watch him. Um, and see, I don't know, man. It's hard to think of others just because there
well,
are
there
so
could
many.
be so many, right? Like
Yeah.
Dickinson could get time, and not to say that
Yep. Sam
he'll be
Dickinson.
on
Yep.
anyone's radar, but he'll get some time. He
Yep.
could be down. You don't know
Yep.
what some of these players you just don't know. Like their pedigree is good. Like Dickinson has won a lot,
Yep.
so
Yep.
gonna
But
see. But
someone
yeah,
just came
we
to
can do
mind
some.
for me that should be thrown in here too, and it's escaping me. But all
Yes,
good.
but list them all. List them all.
Yeah, let us know.
We'll
Again, you tell us who we forgot. We love to hear
you
it.
know your
So
team's better than I know your teams.
so true, bestie. But all right. All that said, Zane, what do you got for bold predictions heading into the season? What do you say? Give me
So there
one.
were, yeah, I'll just give you one. I think for me, I think last year there were 600-point scorers.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's gonna be more. I think there might be 10.
Mm. Okay.
My bold prediction is we're gonna have more, and I would even, like I said, there were six last year. I would even put it into double digit 100-point scorers this year.
I th-
I
I
think
think
I think the offense is going to go crazy this year. I think there's an immense amount of talent coming into the league, as we just went over.
yep.
That's paired with the people on those teams getting better. Jack Hughes, all these players that are just getting better by year. Celebrini,
Yeah.
Bedard, um, and not that like defense is bad, but like I just see scoring going. I just see scoring going up or trending up. Not to
Yep.
say that they're going to score so many, but I think we're going to have more. I think we're going to have 10 100-point scores.
Honestly, dude, I think I could see it too. So maybe we both have a prediction that's not quite as bold as we thought. Either that or we're just both on the same boldness. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Some dark
uh,
roast, real bold.
yeah, dude, for real. But yeah, I think I could see it sincerely. Like it's a little hard to believe. Like you said, there were six last year. I would love to know how many there were the year prior. But goals are going up, man. Goals are going up. So yeah, I think I could see it, honestly.
Goals are going on up. Offense is just better for the league.
Yep. I think this
Like,
honestly, your first bold prediction is a perfect segue, I guess, into my first one. So I'll sock it to you because it is in the same vein. My first bold prediction: Kirill Kaprizov, man of the hour, and Matt Boldy both end the season with 100 plus points.
there you go.
Yep,
Yeah. Look at
contributing
that.
right
That's
to it.
crazy. Yeah. No, I like that.
Yep,
Boldy. I hope it's Rossi personally. No, I'm
sure.
just kidding. I don't have Rossi on my fantasy team
Maybe it's all
anymore.
of them, dude.
But no, I agree with you. I think that like that's a duo. That's a like you said, these players are getting better. That's a duo that's getting better, playing another year. Kaprizov now getting paid. I can't imagine that he won't want to pop off. I can't imagine him not getting a 100-point season. That would
Yeah.
be how many people would be talking about how the contract sucks if he doesn't get a. No, I'm just kidding. But
I mean, are you though? Like,
no, because there will be people that will say that. Um, but I do like that. I do like that, and I can get down to that. I would put future on it. I would put future on it.
yeah, I'm down with it, obviously. But all right, all right. Give me another one, brother. We'll just keep it running.
We'll just rip them.
Just
Yeah.
let them
So
rip. Yeah, let them rip. We'll see if any of them inspire like
in
a
that same
spicy
vein, we never
conversation.
we never really got to talk about it a lot because it was more like a predictions things. But I do think the Sharks are making the playoffs, and I want to lock that in as a bold prediction as well. Just I'm
There we
doubling
go.
down,
Yeah. Tell me more. Tell me
100%.
more. I know you've said it
No, I
a
just
bit,
I
but
yeah, I like the idea of them like sneaking into a wild card spot. I like the idea of them just being kind of like this like I don't know. I have this dream of wanting them to be like this like fire team that like everyone's like nah, and then they're just like they're gritty and all this other stuff. Like I just have this dream. Will it happen? Who knows? But I really have this dream that, like, I mean, Askarov has a great season. Mukamadulin takes another step forward. Ferraro comes back to form a little bit, or form. I guess he wasn't good for like super long, like to be called form, but like get back to where he was his first couple of seasons. Sam Dickinson comes in immediately, makes impact. Smith continues from what last year, so like I can just see all that coming together. Misa playing well, the other forwards they now have, Toffoli having another great season with the boys. Like for me, I envisioned it all just like sunshines and rainbows down the yellow brick road. Um, so that's what I got going on.
hey man, it's a bold prediction. It is a bold prediction.
Yeah,
I see a world where it happens. Don't get me wrong. I I don't expect it myself, as we've discussed.
nah,
I do think that it's kind of unrealistic, frankly, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. These are bold predictions for a reason, right?
yeah. Heartbreak feels right in a place like this, so I'm ready to feel anything.
I will say, I might as well throw this in here. I have said it before, but it's along the same vein. I think Anaheim's making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I do think that is a similar idea, but they're gonna sneak in, and I mean they're just like it just makes sense for them to take a step forward. But
Yeah, and I spit on that one.
yeah, I mean that makes sense. Okay,
No, no, no. I can see it too. I mean, yeah, they have Q in Coach Q coming in. I
yep,
I can also see it, but I can also see the status quo taking hold and just
yeah,
they
that's
just
fair,
don't
man.
have no matter what the system is, the talent just isn't there.
Yep,
Again,
sure,
we'll see. I
sure,
could be. It could be the opposite. The Sharks could, sputter out and go nowhere and all their talent. But I
it
don't
could.
see that
I will
happening.
say the future is brighter for the Sharks, in my personal opinion. There's no doubt about that, in my
Well,
opinion.
yeah, yeah.
So.
When you're ass for like, like when you're basement bad for like a lot of years in a row. I hope that
Yep.
your future looks good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, brother. I've got two more that I want to bounce off of you here, Zane, and then we will wrap it up. They're kind of opposite end. Well, actually, I guess they're really similar. Anyway, first one is that the Detroit Red Wings, will be a top three team in the Atlantic at the Olympic break. Not saying they're going to finish
Mm.
the season, but at the Olympic break, they will be a top three team in their division. Can't see it. I'll elaborate. That's how we've been doing this anyway. so
Yeah,
I
it's. I mean, honestly, the first sell, if we're talking about like Shark Tank, right? You walk in, you
yeah.
tell me that, I'm like, I'm not buying. You gotta convince me.
So
Where's the
yeah,
pitch?
here's my thing. Honestly, there's two things that went into this idea. First and foremost is that the Red Wings were considerably better under Todd McClellan once he was hired. So there's that first and foremost. Secondarily, though, and more for me, and I know hockey's a team sport, everybody, don't get mad at me in the comments, but I am very much of the opinion that Patrick Kane is going to be a man on an absolute mission to start this year to prove, if no one else than to himself, that he deserves to be on the USA Olympic team. Um, so I think that there is going to be a fire in Detroit, not literally, but a passion in Detroit, a la Alex Ovechkin chasing the goal record last year in Washington. I think the team's going to rally behind Patrick Kane's desire to make the Olympic team, and I think they are going to show out. And I don't know if they're going to continue that afterwards, but I do think that they're going to be able to build on that like passion for Kaner to make the Olympic team as his career winds down.
Wowie, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Um, I kind of want to invest now.
Let's go, dude. I sold you. I sold you.
Yeah, yeah, I kind of want to invest now.
All
Yeah,
right, all right. Like I said, my last one here is of a similar ilk, not too far removed, but since our last recording, we've gotten news regarding the Florida Panthers, Alexander Barkov, out for
yeah,
the season. Not good, not good for the Florida Panthers.
not gourd.
Not good. Like Tylenol, not good. Florida, though, my last bold prediction is that Florida takes the Atlantic by the end of the season, wins the Atlantic. So Detroit's not. Well, maybe they're still top three, I guess. But anyway, Florida takes the Atlantic Division at the end of the season. And similar to how Detroit has rallied around Patrick Kane, I think that Florida will have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder that everyone's counting them out without Barkov and Kachuk to start the season. And I think some of those guys are going to be a little just playing with an extra edge, a little bit more
I mean,
desire
as
to
a
win.
coach, it's yeah, it's a good sell, right? Like it's a good deal. Like you've won two cups in a row. How do you make your team feel like an underdog?
There it
That's
is,
exactly
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's
So
like a dream come true. Obviously not. We don't want anybody to get injured, but in terms of like then turning lemons into lemonade, I feel like it's a dream come true to
facts.
kind
Well said.
kind of yeah, kind of ignite a fire and be like, hey, yeah, he'll be back come playoff time. We want him to come in and be in the playoffs.
Yep.
So let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's
Get
get
it
it,
done.
boys.
Do it for your captain, brother. Yeah. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
I have a few others written down here, but I'm gonna save them for another time. Also, I won't lie. Oh, actually, no need to react to this one, brother. But I wrote this one down for the Blues fans that have been upset with us. I could see this happening genuinely. It is a bold take, but St. Louis Blues set a franchise record with 54 wins in the regular season.
Whoa, yeah. I'm not
That's a
investing,
crazy
not
one, right?
buying. Not buying.
It's Monty. I put that one
And
squarely on
I'm like,
Monty.
I'm reaching across the aisle, be like, nobody do this. And then I'm like, security, get this man out of here.
But to the guy that said nobody pays attention to the Blues, there you go, dude. Jim
We love
Montgomery
you.
and Jimmy Snipes. We were talking about him. Robbie
Yeah?
Thomas. There's something to be said there. I don't know if I believe that one honestly, but it'd be kind of cool in a way. So it'd be cool to see Jim Montgomery have the last laugh, so to speak, be able to put that one in the face of the Bruins. So anyway, thanks for engaging in some bold takes. Again, in the
Oh,
comments, folks, let us know your bold takes for
yeah.
the 2025-26 NHL season. Let us know what you think about our bold takes, our bold predictions. And as always, if you made it to
Have
this, go ahead, Zane. Sorry.
I was gonna say, Habs fans, tell us how many hat tricks per game Lane Hudson will get. Over under one per game.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, but yeah, as always, folks, if you made it to this point in the video, subscribe. Like, if you've wanted to see this much of us, then like just
Yeah,
commit.
see more of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, appreciate you for watching the video. Give us a like, comment. Have a great day. Otherwise, thank you, folks. Goodbye.